Normal doesn't exist. And this comes from someone who grew up in a small town close to Amsterdam in the Netherlands, from someone who is very dyslexic and didn't go well in the normal school system, and from someone who is living in Bali right now, building his two companies at the same time, a marketing agency and an AI automation agency, where we place automation experts inside people their companies to smooth down their operations. But this is not a sales pitch. That is something that I would have wanted to hear if I would go back to my younger self, the same guy who was the outsider among outsiders, who was the weird kid in theater school with all the weird kids because he was into the stock market. This video is for him. And it comes down to one simple thing, and that is that normal doesn't exist. And even right now, in my business growth between 5 and 10K a month ish, going to like 20K a month, striving and working towards 100K a month, there are some things that just clicked while working together with a coach that comes down to this principle as well. One of those things is that normal is just a perspective. Normal is what you accept and normal is what you tolerate. And if we would dive deep into that, for example, within my own personal story, I thought it was normal to go to school, get a job, and then have that job until you retire, maybe with a wife, some kids, and a dog. That was my normal. I know people whose normal it is, where they are mistreated by parents or whatever is weird to the other norm. Right now, it's my normal to eat out every single day, not even cook that much. What I'm trying to say is it's all different perspectives and it's all different versions of normal based on what you tolerate, and what you tolerate has a connection to what you are actually creating and what you actually live like. So it simply comes down to a worldview of what you think is possible. If I would have told myself at 16-year-old that when I go back home in the Netherlands and fly business class home, he probably would not have believed that. Why? Because it's not in the mindset of me as a 16-year-old that flying business class is something that's normal. But right now, I'm literally proving to myself that it is normal and that it is possible, because I become the kind of person that's able to afford that and that's able to fly business class, for example. What do you need to do if you want to change that version of normal and change that version of what you tolerate? It literally comes down to asking questions. So I am working with a coach right now, and the goal is to scale to 100K a month with both companies. We're not there yet. Right now we're like 5-ish K company wide. So that would mean 5K ish towards me because I have two business partners and I split everything with them. But then he asked me the question, okay, but if you would go to 100K right now, how many clients do you need for that? So make it practical. And it's like, okay, then we probably, with the current price points, we need between 30 and 40 clients. Okay, how many clients can you handle at the moment? And I'm like, yeah, I think maximum of 10-ish, and that would be a stretch. It would be like a really thick stretch. It's like, okay, then that's the first problem. You're not able to scale at the moment because of the level that you're operating on right now. So then at what revenue goal would the company operation structure break? And then I would say between 20 and 30K a month for the company, the operational structure would break. We need to hire more people, we need to build a bigger team, you name it. And then he asked us, how many clients do you need to get to 20 to 30K? And then if we did the calculation, it was like 6. We already have some clients. So then roughly 4. Then now I know that within the next couple of months, my goal does not need to be to have 40 clients to go to the 100K, but my goal needs to be get 4 clients so I get to 20 to 30K, so my company can be pulled together operationally, so I'm able to handle 100K a month with the company. And what he did there, the coach that I worked with, he put things into perspective. He normalizes the goal. He makes the goal smaller and chunked it down to who I need to become to go to that next level. And if you dive deeper into that, that's something that happens consistently. So right now, this is a concrete example with the coach that I work with for my company. But another part is I needed to be the person that just did the reps to be able to fly across the world and meet different people to see new possibilities. And by seeing new possibilities, I can normalize a different life because I see what's possible. Normal literally doesn't exist. It just doesn't. Normal, your version of normal, of what you're living in right now, is some form of your reality that is spoken into to existence, that is lived through based on your existence. But there's always someone who has it worse. There's always someone who has it better. And that's their version of normal based on what they decided to do different, based on what they tolerate. And this is just something that I've been thinking about a lot, and not only thinking about, because of course, like, I work with the coach right now, and he also helps me to put everything that I'm saying right now in action. But it is something that I really wanted to share. Like, are you the person right now that is literally able to go to 100K? Yes or no? What is stopping you from doing that right now? What is the bottleneck that is stopping you right now to do that thing? And if the answer is nothing, then you just do it. And then you normalize the way of doing that because you tolerate a different standard. But if there is a bottleneck, if there is something that stops you, in our case, it's like when we are at 20 to 30K, stuff in the company starts to break, then first we need to get to that point. We chunk down the goal, and then now we only need to have 4 clients. That sounds very easy. Only 4 clients until we have 10 to 20K a month. Well, 20 to 30K a month. It's easy. It's easy the moment you chunk it down. It's easy the moment you normalize the point where you want to be in your hat. And this comes again from someone who was literally spit out by the school system because I didn't fit in. I didn't fit in theater school because I was way too commercial for that. I didn't fit into normal school because I'm very dyslexic and not good at learning from books. And by being the misfit and by acting upon that within my own journey and the lessons that I have right now within my companies and the experiences that I was able to gain through volume and meeting the right people and being curious, I'm at this point right now, and I'm able to grow into new versions of normal. I'm able to normalize things that I didn't know were possible to normalize. Concrete example, buying a business class ticket, 20 to 30K a month. It's possible. And that for me was a very big shift, very big breakthrough personally that I worked on. And that's why I really want to share it, because this channel is nothing more than me sharing my journey on everything that I want to build, on everything that I'm building, and every change that I'm going through in this journey, so we can grow together from here. If you find this video interesting, if you find this video valuable, I share a video every single week about me living in Bali, the changes I'm going through, the lessons I'm learning, the people I have around me, you name it. So subscribe to this channel if you don't want to miss that journey and tag along for the ride. And also, if you want to know all the specific business stuff that I do for clients and all the specific business stuff that I implement for clients, you can find that channel right here. You can subscribe to that as well. And if you like this video, I'm 100% certain that you love this video right here, because the algorithm said so, and I do believe in the algorithm, so you probably love it. And then, visionaries, as always, I see you in the next one. Ciao.